Eleanor Holmes Norton, so I will give you the short version of all the things that she said. What unmitigated gall for these men to attack the permanent representative to the United Nations, Susan E. Rice. We understand that all of us have been disappointed in one way or another about the results of the election, but to batter this woman because they don't feel that they have had the ability to batter President Obama is something that we, the women, we are not going to stand by and watch. Their feckless and reckless speculation is unworthy of their offices as senators. There was a time when I regarded Mr. McCain in particular as a gentleman. I am sad that this is not one of those moments. Here we see this great senator rushing off to a press event rather than going to a briefing, a closed briefing on the facts, in his zeal to vent and to rant as a result of the elections. The comments that she's not so bright, that she is untrustworthy, these are comments that beg the question when you look at her laudable resume, most of which you heard from our distinguished Delegate Holmes Norton. So we are basically asking for them to walk back those comments, and joining me here, and I'm going to stop my two-page comments at this point and call upon my good friend, the just elected chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, Representative Marcia L. Fudge from the 11th District of Ohio.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to be brief as well. You know, I know when you lose, you get angry. I mean, I know when you lose, sometimes you're disappointed. But don't take it out on somebody that didn't have anything to do with your loss. Blame yourself. How do you say that a person with Susan Rice's background is not qualified? I wonder what your qualifications are for your job. Where did you finish in your class? You know, I know one of them finished in the bottom of their class. Susan Rice was a Rhodes Scholar. How do you say a person like Susan Rice is not qualified? You may not like her. You may not like the administration. But don't say she's not qualified. She is the most qualified person that I'm sure any of you know, that these senators know. How do you say that a person who has served this country with the distinction that she has is not qualified? I am confused. I really am, because none of it makes any sense. To just throw out things. I mean, Susan Rice's comments didn't send us to Iraq and Afghanistan. Somebody else's did. But you're not angry with them. I would just say in closing that it is a shame that anytime something goes wrong, they pick on women and minorities. Come on now. I have a real issue with that. You know, I'm probably not the most educated person in this house.
You're an attorney.
But I'm close. And I would say to you that these people really don't understand what it is we do here. We are here to represent the people of the United States, to move this country forward, not to tear down. We are not here to make life difficult for people who work hard every day to do the job that this country has entrusted them to do. So for you who are haters, as the young people say, your hate is going nowhere. Just go on and hate on, but look in the mirror and hate yourself, not the people who do this work. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, it is the job of these senators to question policy, but ad hominem attacks are, that's what you do instead of dealing with the policy issues. We have a very distinguished member with us, serves on the Energy and Commerce Committee, a good friend of all of us, someone who deals seriously with policy issues, and is joined us today, and that would be Jan Schakowsky from Illinois. A whip.
But also, I think today of most
Intelligence Committee.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Today of most significance, I believe, is my role on the Intelligence Committee. All of us were given a briefing based on emerging information from the Intelligence Committee. Susan Rice, I do want to talk about Condoleezza Rice, but Susan Rice went on television based on the information that was available at the time and the briefing that she was given, information and intelligence that she had no part in collecting. And the kind of statements that anyone who had been given those briefings would have made in public. Obviously, this was on an unclassified basis, but she was given the information that she had that has subsequently been updated. So it was not wrong. It was not deliberately misleading in any way. There had been the belief that there had been a protest that developed into this attack. So Susan Rice, as the president very clearly said, if anyone has a problem with intelligence, they should take it up with the intelligence community and the president himself. He said, come to me. And so to besmirch her incredible career and her stature and the words that came out of her mouth is completely inappropriate. And by the way, inconsequential. That is, I've asked the question at the intelligence community, would anything have been different if the intelligence had been completely accurate at the beginning? Would there have been different actions taken in what turned out to be a tragic situation with the loss of the ambassador and other Americans? And the answer is absolutely no. So I'm a bit confused about the whole brouhaha about this Benghazi situation, other than we all agree it was a tragedy that we had the loss of life. But it's interesting to me that we aren't discussing another Rice who went before all of the Sunday talk shows some years ago, whose statements about false intelligence actually were based on more information than that held by Susan Rice about this situation, and talking about if we don't go into Iraq now, then the next we'll hear from Saddam Hussein is in the form of a mushroom cloud that really did move us to consequential actions. 4,486 U.S. soldiers killed in Iraq, not to mention the other loss of life that occurred there. That really made a difference. And I would say that if you live in a glass house, don't throw stones. And there is no worthy reason to throw any stone at Susan Rice.